Hi everyone, it's me, Sailor Jupiter, Sailor King Rolita here, and today we're going to talk about worship in Sailor Moon. And I know a lot of folks are going to say, oh, worship doesn't play grounds in Sailor Moon. Well, yes it does. At least two worships come up in Sailor Moon, Christendom and Shintoism, or however you go by saying that Daunish borrowed word. Now, first off, it does come up at least 2 times, maybe even more than that. I mean, the first time we deal with it was when, Molly ends up meeting with a Christian elder, after Nephrite dies. Now, keep in mind, this same man who, it carries a rainbow hearse but is unaware of it. And Zoisite's also after him as well. Now, after Sailor Moon and I had to fight off the Fiend, more like the Fiend that took over him, and God and Jesus cast out the Fiend that Lucifer made take over him, he gives a speech. Now, keep in mind, in DiC, the speech is shifted to fighting is a really bad thing. We must do all that we can to clean it from our lives. Now, in Viz, the speech goes, I believe in God. I believe in God and Jesus. Well, I do. Go help your fellow man and fellow woman. Even if DiC shifted what was said at the end of it, there were 2 good meanings, There were 2 good meanings that came out of it. About that he goes, do you believe in God and Jesus? Well, I do. Go to your fellow man and fellow woman. Well, and it does come up again because Tiger Eye does go after a nun who he believes, and keep in mind, believes that Helios is in her dreams. And then don't forget that Dustin, Jordan, and Jillian, the Free Lights, have a film overseer who also is a nun, but she moonlights as a show overseer for one of their stepping films they're working on. And which we can't leave out Ray's grandfather and Ray herself, which they run a Shintoist worship house, which becomes one of our stead of business through at least all the 5 seasons if you're going by the Viz World, and all the 4 seasons you're going by DiC. And many folks do come by, many times for blessings, for good luck. The good luck stones are which a lot of stock raising for good luck stones happen all the time. Ray also talks to the Great Fire, the Holy Fire, whatever you want to call it. And God and Jesus give her sight, through the Holy Fire or through the Great Fire. Now, a lot of folks are going to say, oh, well, worship doesn't play anything into it. Well, that is how DiC made it look like, but even then, DiC really couldn't take all that out. And even Pioneer or Pathsuit couldn't take that out either. And while Viz kept it all in, it was still there. They're going to say it was about friendship. Yes, it was about friendship and forgiveness. It was about togetherness. All the things that God and Jesus, all the things that Jesus would have preached, all the things that Jesus would have talked about, So there's my take on worship in Sailor Moon throughout the 4 seasons for the DiC Flash Pioneer Pathseeker world, or for all the 5 followings of the Viz world. And I'll see you later.